Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Let me start by asking you a simple question. How often do you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges? How often do doubts creep in and stop you from achieving your true potential? The truth is, it's not the circumstances around us that shape our lives. It's our mindset. Today, I want to share with you 8 habits that will give you a strong mindset. Habits that can transform your thinking, empower your actions, and help you navigate life with resilience and positivity. Imagine waking up each morning and immediately focusing on everything that is missing in your life. Bills, responsibilities, unfinished tasks, and the endless noise of daily worries flood your mind. Now, imagine a different morning, one where your first thought is about the things you already have, the people who love you, the opportunities that surround you, and the simple joys that often go unnoticed. Gratitude is that subtle yet transformative shift. It's a powerful habit that can reshape not just your mindset, but the way you experience every single moment of your life. The simple act of acknowledging what you have rather than lamenting what you lack rewires your brain to see abundance instead of scarcity, possibility instead of limitation, and hope instead of despair. Gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling, it's a discipline, a mental exercise that strengthens the mind and nurtures resilience. When practiced consistently, it trains you to focus on positivity, even when circumstances are challenging. Consider the science behind it. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress and depression, improved sleep, stronger relationships, and increased overall happiness. When your mind dwells on gratitude, it reduces the production of stress hormones and triggers the release of dopamine and serotonin, the brain's natural feel-good chemicals. In essence, gratitude is not just an emotional response. It is a daily workout for your brain that strengthens mental and emotional health. Developing a habit of gratitude requires intentionality. It begins with awareness, paying attention to the little things that make life meaningful. It could be the warmth of the morning sun, a supportive friend, a meal on your table, or even the simple ability to breathe deeply without pain. Many people underestimate the power of small moments. They wait for extraordinary experiences to feel thankful. But the truth is, a grateful mind finds significance in the ordinary. This habit is less about what you have and more about how you perceive it. It shifts the focus from scarcity to abundance, from complaints to appreciation, and from envy to contentment. Journaling is one of the most effective ways to cultivate gratitude. Spending just a few minutes each day noting down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for trains your mind to recognize positive aspects of your life that might otherwise go unnoticed. Over time, this simple practice transforms your mental landscape. It changes your default thinking pattern from negative rumination to mindful recognition of blessings. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles and solutions where others see problems. Your perspective becomes expansive and challenges no longer feel insurmountable. Gratitude also strengthens your relationships. When you acknowledge and express appreciation for others, it deepens trust, connection, and empathy. Saying thank you or recognizing someone's effort not only uplifts them, but it also reinforces your own sense of positivity and purpose. Humans are wired to respond to recognition, and a grateful mindset helps you create an environment where support, cooperation, and kindness flourish. The energy you put into gratitude comes back multiplied, creating a ripple effect that impacts not just your own life, but the lives of everyone around you. Perhaps the most profound aspect of gratitude is its ability to anchor you in the present. In a world full of distractions, regrets about the past, and anxieties about the future, practicing gratitude pulls your attention back to what is real, tangible, and good right now. It allows you to savor moments that might otherwise pass unnoticed, giving you clarity and emotional stability. A mind trained in gratitude becomes resilient to negativity because it constantly seeks the positive threads in every situation. Even in adversity, there is something to be grateful for. Lessons learned, strength gained, or opportunities for growth. This habit, when embraced fully, transforms not just your attitude, but your very experience of life, enabling you to navigate challenges with calm, confidence, and an unwavering sense of inner peace. Self-discipline is often misunderstood as restriction or deprivation, but in reality, it is the foundation of freedom and achievement. It is the quiet strength that separates those who dream from those who accomplish, the invisible force that turns aspirations into reality. While motivation may ignite the initial spark, it is self-discipline that sustains the fire. Motivation is unpredictable. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline, on the other hand, is consistent. It is the commitment to take action even when enthusiasm fades, to remain steadfast when challenges arise, and to hold yourself accountable to the standards you have set. Developing self-discipline begins with understanding that every action we take, no matter how small, shapes our character and determines our future. It is in the daily routines, the repeated choices, and the small victories over temptation that strength is forged. Every time you choose to rise early and work on your goals instead of hitting the snooze button, every time you resist the urge to procrastinate, every time you follow through on a commitment, even when it feels inconvenient, you are exercising the muscles of your mind. Like physical muscles, these mental muscles grow stronger with consistent practice, and over time, the seemingly impossible becomes habitual. Self-discipline is not about punishment. It is about clarity and intentionality. It is the ability to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term gratification, to delay immediate pleasure for enduring success. The world is filled with distractions, each demanding attention and pulling focus away from what truly matters. Social media notifications, indulgent habits, and constant interruptions can erode our productivity if not carefully managed. Discipline provides the structure and control necessary to navigate these distractions. It allows you to focus on tasks that align with your purpose, to say no to what is unimportant, and to say yes to what propels you forward. One of the most effective ways to cultivate self-discipline is by setting clear goals and breaking them down into actionable steps. Discipline thrives on clarity. When you know exactly what needs to be done and why it matters, it becomes easier to stay committed. Small, consistent actions compound over time, producing results that far exceed the initial effort. It is in the persistence of doing what others are unwilling to do that extraordinary outcomes emerge. Consistency, more than intensity, is the hallmark of a disciplined mind. Self-discipline also strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles are inevitable. Without discipline, it is easy to succumb to frustration, give in to excuses, or abandon goals at the first sign of difficulty. A disciplined mind, however, is like a steady ship navigating turbulent waters. It adapts without losing direction, endures without yielding, and persists without complaint. This mental fortitude allows you to approach challenges strategically, making thoughtful decisions rather than reacting impulsively to adversity. The power of self-discipline extends beyond personal achievement. It shapes character and earns respect. People naturally gravitate toward individuals who demonstrate reliability, commitment, and integrity. When your actions consistently reflect discipline, others recognize your dedication and are inspired by your example. It fosters trust, strengthens relationships, and opens doors that are closed to those who lack consistency. Cultivating self-discipline requires mindfulness and self-awareness. It demands that you examine your habits, recognize patterns of procrastination or avoidance, and consciously redirect your behavior toward productive choices. It is a daily practice, a commitment to self-mastery that involves both patience and persistence. Over time, the disciplined mind develops a quiet confidence, an unshakable belief in one's ability to overcome obstacles and achieve goals. It transforms challenges from threats into opportunities and setbacks into lessons, creating a life defined not by chance or circumstance, but by deliberate and purposeful action. The way we speak to ourselves is one of the most powerful forces shaping our reality, yet it is often overlooked. Every thought, every inner dialogue subtly influences our emotions, decisions, and actions. Positive self-talk is not just a feel-good concept, it is a practical tool for cultivating resilience, confidence, and mental clarity. The words we choose internally create patterns of belief that either empower or limit us. When you constantly tell yourself, "I can't," or "I'm not good enough," you train your mind to see obstacles where opportunities exist. Conversely, when you affirm your capabilities, acknowledge your strengths, and approach challenges with an "I can" mentality, you begin to rewire your mind to focus on solutions, growth, and progress. Developing positive self-talk starts with awareness. Many people are unaware of the negative messages they repeat internally because they have become automatic. Criticism, doubt, and fear often dominate this internal dialogue without us realizing it. The first step toward change is noticing these patterns and understanding their impact. Each negative thought weakens your confidence, drains your energy, and limits your potential. Every positive affirmation strengthens your mental framework, builds resilience, and fuels action. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It is about choosing words that empower rather than paralyze. Words that guide you forward instead of holding you back. Language shapes perception. When you say, "I can handle this," your mind starts looking for evidence of your capability. When you say, "I am learning from this," challenges become opportunities instead of burdens. Positive self-talk turns self-limiting beliefs into self-empowering narratives. It rewires the brain to focus on possibilities instead of failures, on effort instead of fear, and on solutions instead of problems. This mental shift directly impacts performance, decision-making, and emotional well-being. Athletes, leaders, and high achievers around the world consistently leverage positive self-talk to maintain focus, overcome stress, and push past limitations. Consistency is key. Positive self-talk is a habit that must be cultivated deliberately and practiced daily. One powerful method is to begin each day with affirmations that resonate with your goals and values. Simple statements such as, "I am capable," "I am resilient," and "I choose to focus on solutions" act as anchors, centering your mind and preparing it for challenges. Another effective practice is reframing setbacks. Instead of saying, "I failed," one can say, "I learned something valuable." This subtle change in language transforms experiences from discouragement into growth opportunities, keeping your mind oriented toward improvement rather than self-criticism. The impact of positive self-talk extends beyond personal success. It shapes relationships, influence, and leadership. A person who communicates internally with confidence and clarity naturally expresses themselves with calmness, decisiveness, and empathy. They are less reactive, more patient, and better equipped to inspire and motivate others. Positive self-talk builds emotional intelligence, allowing individuals to respond to challenges with composure rather than anxiety, and to engage with people from a place of strength rather than fear. Positive self-talk also cultivates resilience during adversity. Life inevitably presents setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt without a supportive inner dialogue. These moments can spiral into discouragement and inaction. With positive self-talk, however, the mind remains grounded, solutions-oriented, and empowered to take proactive steps. It creates a mental environment where challenges are manageable, setbacks are temporary, and success is attainable. Over time, the repeated practice of speaking kindly, constructively, and confidently to oneself develops an unshakable inner strength, allowing the mind to navigate complexity, uncertainty, and pressure with grace and determination. Challenges are not obstacles meant to halt progress. They are the very catalysts that shape character, sharpen skills, and reveal inner strength. Every individual encounters difficulties in life, yet it is the approach to these challenges that defines the trajectory of success. Many people instinctively shy away from discomfort, associating challenges with failure, risk, or pain. However, those who develop a strong mindset recognize that challenges are opportunities in disguise. They are the proving grounds where resilience is built, confidence is strengthened, and the limits of potential are tested. Embracing challenges is not about seeking difficulty for its own sake. It is about acknowledging that growth rarely occurs within the confines of comfort and familiarity. The first step in embracing challenges is shifting perception. Instead of viewing difficulties as threats, one must see them as lessons, stepping stones, and opportunities for mastery. This requires a mindset that reframes failure as feedback, obstacles as invitations to innovate, and pressure as a tool for growth. When faced with adversity, the mind of a strong individual asks not why me, but what can I learn from this? This simple shift in question transforms the entire experience. The focus moves from victimhood to agency, from limitation to possibility. Achale. NGE becomes a platform to exercise creativity, determination, and patience, ultimately shaping the mind into a resilient and adaptive instrument. Embracing challenges also strengthens emotional resilience. Life is inherently unpredictable. Setbacks, disappointments, and unexpected changes are inevitable. Those who approach challenges with a proactive and constructive mindset are less likely to be overwhelmed by fear or frustration. They understand that every difficult situation contains elements within their control, and they focus their energy on action rather than complaint. By meeting challenges head-on, individuals cultivate courage, persistence, and problem-solving skills. Each experience of navigating difficulty reinforces the belief that obstacles are temporary and manageable, reinforcing self-efficacy and fostering confidence in future endeavors. Challenges also teach the value of discipline and preparation. Rarely does success occur without effort, strategy, and consistent work. When confronted with obstacles, the disciplined mind does not seek shortcuts or immediate gratification. Instead, it identifies the steps required to overcome the difficulty and commits to executing them systematically. This approach transforms challenges from intimidating roadblocks into structured opportunities for achievement. Over time, individuals develop an inner framework that enables them to handle complexity with composure, making decisions grounded in clarity rather than reactionary emotion. Another critical aspect of embracing challenges is the ability to detach from fear of failure. Fear often magnifies the difficulty of a situation, leading to hesitation, self-doubt, and avoidance. A strong mindset, however, understands that failure is a natural part of growth, not a reflection of inadequacy. By reframing challenges as experiments rather than threats, individuals reduce the paralyzing effect of fear and create space for creativity, learning, and calculated risk-taking. This mental courage allows them to tackle ambitious goals, take on unfamiliar responsibilities, and stretch beyond perceived limitations. Challenges also deepen empathy, perspective, and humility. When individuals navigate difficulties, they gain insight into the struggles of others, fostering a mindset of understanding and compassion. The experience of overcoming adversity teaches patience and the value of effort, creating leaders who inspire through example rather than authority. Those who embrace challenges are not only stronger for themselves, but they become a source of strength and guidance for others facing similar trials. Ultimately, embracing challenges transforms life into a continuous journey of growth rather than a series of obstacles to avoid. It shifts the focus from seeking comfort to seeking mastery, from fearing failure to valuing experience, and from reacting to circumstances to shaping them. By confronting difficulties with determination, adaptability, and a constructive mindset, individuals cultivate a mental and emotional resilience that enables them to navigate uncertainty with confidence, creativity, and unwavering resolve. Continuous learning is one of the most powerful habits a strong mindset can embrace because the world is constantly evolving, and staying stagnant is the fastest path to being left behind. Knowledge is not simply a tool for passing exams or achieving career milestones. It is a way to expand perspective, strengthen judgment, and deepen understanding of both oneself and the world. Individuals who commit to lifelong learning recognize that no matter how skilled or experienced they are, there is always more to explore, more to improve, and more to master. This mindset transforms life into a journey of curiosity and growth rather than a predetermined path of limits. Learning continuously requires humility. It demands the recognition that no matter how much we know, there is always room for improvement. People with strong minds do not fear admitting gaps in their knowledge. They welcome them as opportunities for advancement. By approaching every situation with curiosity and openness, they absorb lessons from every experience, whether it is success, failure, or the observation of others' achievements and mistakes. This willingness to learn keeps the mind sharp, adaptable, and resilient, allowing individuals to navigate uncertainty with intelligence and confidence rather than hesitation and doubt. The habit of continuous learning also enhances problem-solving skills. Knowledge, when combined with practical application, creates the capacity to see solutions where others see obstacles. A mind trained in learning is always analyzing, connecting dots, and seeking innovative approaches. It does not settle for surface-level understanding or assumptions. It digs deeper, questions norms, and experiments with new ideas. This process of constant intellectual engagement develops critical thinking and judgment, ensuring that decisions are informed, thoughtful, and effective even under pressure. Reading, observing, and seeking mentorship are practical ways to foster continuous learning. Books, articles, lectures, and discussions expose the mind to new ideas, diverse perspectives, and proven strategies. Observing the successes and failures of others provides insight that textbooks alone cannot teach. Mentors, in particular, offer guidance, challenge assumptions, and provide feedback that accelerates growth. The disciplined habit of consuming knowledge and applying it strategically transforms abstract information into actionable wisdom, creating a compounding effect over time. Every lesson learned builds on the previous one, and the mind becomes increasingly capable of handling complexity, uncertainty, and high-stakes situations. Continuous learning is not limited to intellectual pursuits. It also encompasses emotional, social, and experiential growth. Developing emotional intelligence, improving communication skills, and refining leadership abilities are all forms of learning that strengthen the mind and character. Life itself is a classroom, and every interaction, setback, or achievement is an opportunity to gain insight and cultivate skill. Those who embrace learning in every dimension, cognitive, emotional, and practical, develop a holistic strength that allows them to thrive in any environment, adapt to change, and influence others positively. The habit of learning also fosters humility and resilience. When the mind is open to new ideas, it becomes flexible rather than rigid, receptive rather than defensive. Challenges are approached as opportunities to gain insight rather than threats to ego. Mistakes are analyzed not as failures, but as data points in the ongoing process of growth. This approach reduces fear of the unknown and creates a mindset where continuous improvement is a natural and enjoyable process. Over time, learning becomes a source of empowerment, fueling creativity, enhancing adaptability, and expanding potential beyond previously imagined boundaries. Ultimately, a mind committed to continuous learning does not settle for comfort or complacency. It thrives on curiosity, seeks knowledge relentlessly, and applies understanding strategically. By cultivating this habit, individuals develop the ability to navigate change, seize opportunities, and approach life with confidence, intelligence, and foresight. A strong mind, nourished by continuous learning, becomes a force capable of transforming not only personal circumstances, but also the world around. Mindful living is a transformative habit that reshapes the way we experience life, offering clarity, focus, and emotional resilience in a world filled with distraction and chaos. To live mindfully is to fully engage with the present moment, to observe thoughts and emotions without judgment, and to respond to life's circumstances with intentionality rather than reaction. Many people drift through their days on autopilot, allowing routines, technology, and external pressures to dictate their attention and energy. Mindful living interrupts this automatic behavior, creating awareness of how time is spent, how thoughts are processed, and how decisions are made. It is the practice of bringing full consciousness to every action, conversation, and experience, cultivating a sense of control and balance that strengthens the mind and enhances overall well-being. At the core of mindful living is the ability to focus. The human mind is naturally prone to distraction, constantly flitting between past regrets and future anxieties. This scattered attention undermines productivity, heightens stress, and diminishes the richness of everyday experiences. By practicing mindfulness, individuals train their minds to anchor in the present, to give full attention to the task at hand, and to engage deeply with the world around them. This focus improves efficiency, reduces errors, and enhances the quality of both work and personal interactions. The act of being fully present allows the mind to operate with clarity, creativity, and purpose, turning mundane moments into opportunities for growth and learning. Mindful living also cultivates emotional resilience. By observing thoughts and feelings without immediate judgment or reaction, individuals gain insight into their emotional patterns and triggers. This self-awareness creates space between stimulus and response, enabling thoughtful decision-making rather than impulsive reactions. Challenges that once caused frustration or anxiety are met with composure and perspective. Mindfulness equips the mind to navigate stress, uncertainty, and conflict with a sense of calm authority, reducing the emotional turbulence that often derails progress and undermines confidence. In addition, mindfulness deepens relationships. Being fully present with others, listening attentively, observing subtle cues, and responding empathetically strengthens connections and fosters trust. Many misunderstandings and conflicts arise from inattention or distraction, but mindful engagement ensures that interactions are meaningful, respectful, and constructive. People who practice mindfulness create environments where communication flows clearly, collaboration thrives, and emotional intelligence is consistently demonstrated. The habit of conscious presence enhances social influence and leadership, as individuals become models of focus, patience, and empathy. Mindful living also encourages gratitude and appreciation. When attention is directed to the present moment, the mind naturally notices the subtleties of life that are often overlooked: the warmth of sunlight, the laughter of a friend, the effort behind a shared accomplishment. By observing these details consciously, individuals cultivate a sense of wonder and satisfaction, reducing negative thought patterns and fostering positivity. This practice nurtures a resilient mindset that finds balance and meaning even amid challenges, reinforcing mental strength and emotional stability. The integration of MI. Mindfulness into daily routines is both simple and profound. It can begin with small practices such as focused breathing, short meditation sessions, or intentional pauses during daily activities. Even a few minutes spent observing the breath, noticing sensations, or reflecting on the present can recalibrate the mind, enhance awareness, and build the capacity for sustained attention. Over time, these practices accumulate, creating a mental environment where clarity, patience, and emotional balance become natural, not forced. By embracing mindful living, the mind becomes a powerful instrument capable of navigating complexity, maintaining focus, and responding with intelligence and composure. Attention is no longer fragmented, emotional responses are measured, and every action is infused with purpose. A mind trained in mindfulness experiences life fully, perceives opportunities clearly, and approaches challenges with equilibrium and insight. The habit of mindful living strengthens not only mental faculties, but also the quality of experiences, the depth of relationships, and the ability to engage meaningfully with the world, fostering a mindset that is both resilient and empowered. So, my friends, remember this. A strong mindset is not something you are born with. It's something you build, habit by habit, thought by thought. Start small, be consistent, and let these 8 habits guide you toward mental strength, peace, and extraordinary success. As Gaur Gopal Das often reminds us, life is not about what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens. Cultivate these habits, strengthen your mind, and you will not just survive, you will thrive. Thank you.